Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Halloween special. Now, today, very special day. Happy Halloween, everyone. Um, so I figured I'd take it and I'd tell you guys my personal paranormal experiences. So, the most recent one is probably the shortest. You guys can believe these or not. It's up to you. I'm telling you from my perspective, they are 100% true. No fabrication, nothing. Um, so anyway, the most recent experience I've had is I was working at, you know what, I'll go ahead and say the place. I was working at Amico, which was my old job, and I was back in the kitchen, and I was talking to this girl, Kate, that I worked with. I think we were like planning for the day ahead, whatever, because we were, prepping the store. And needless to say, our boss was up front at the counter. And then there was only like men in the store. There was like two guys. It was like our slow time. We were getting stuff ready for whenever it was going to be busy again. And as me and Kate are talking, kind of game planning for the day, uh, out of nowhere, we hear this like older woman's voice say my name. So it just in the background we heard David. It wasn't real loud, but it was noticeable. It was like someone was trying to get my attention from a distance. And both me and Kate heard this. And I kind of go around the corner to see like who was out there who said it because I know a few people that would say that and in that tone type of thing. But I turned the corner and I realized it was the two guys in the store. So I asked my boss that was standing right there and I'm like, "Did you hear someone call my name?" My boss did not hear it and she was probably 3 or 4 feet from us, but I was like 2 or 3 feet away from Kate. But me and Kate heard my name get called just randomly in the store, like during our quiet time. And that's not the first thing that happened at that store from what I heard. There was also a time that I don't think she works there anymore, but there was a lady sitting in the office and she was just out of the corner of her eye. She saw something move on the cameras, and there was a cart like that we used to tote stuff around on in our like cooler, and in the camera, she watched this cart go from one end of the cooler, slam across the cooler, and go back, like right where it was. But no one was in there. There's no breeze. There was no, like lag. It was just the cart just like these are some good quality cameras too. It's not like fabrication. But there was also another time where there was like a bag of it was like milk cartons because we used to fill them with like lemonade and sell them that way. And they were like in a trash bag. And in the middle of the night, you kind of see on the camera this or something was pulling at it because it was on top of like a bunch of boxes or something. And it pulls at it and then it knocks them all to the floor. And it's like, okay, that could be a draft. But they looked at the camera because there was lids in there too. And they noticed that the lids that were on the ground in the morning were in a different location than whenever they fell. And there's no possible way for, lids on the ground to, move by themselves. But enough about that workplace. We'll go on to my other experiences, my personal experiences. So we were camping. I used to be in Boy Scouts, and we're playing flashlight tag, which is real popular. So everyone pretty much got found, including myself, besides two other Boy Scouts that we were trying to find. And as we're looking around, I look over my shoulder, and I see like, well, I couldn't tell who it was, but I saw someone walking like near our campsite. I'm like, oh, they're switching locations, and I was about to call it out, but right as I was or saw that, I hear like the group of people that I was, searching with, they all saw like one of them like start running, and I knew I wasn't the fastest person, and like pretty much anyone could outrun me. So I'm like, do I go after this person that I see and they get away, or do I help the greater group chase after this one guy? So I just joined the group, and they're like, he's over here, he's over here. So I'm getting with the group, and then as I'm walking out, and I kind of catch up to them, it's like it reached a point where it's like they would not go this far away from camp. Like we did have set boundaries, but there's a set line where you kind of reach. It's like, okay, this is a little too far for like comfort. And they're like, no, we know he went this way. It's like we saw this guy and we heard like the leaves crunching under his feet. So we didn't know what was going on. So we ended the game there. And at this point, they didn't know about the guy that I saw. So we ended the game, and the other two came out of hiding. They were hidden in the same spot the entire time. They asked us what we were chasing after. And that's when my friends, or the group of them, they were like, no, we saw someone and we started chasing them. Like, we know we were chasing them because, like, we saw them and we heard their leaves crunching. It wasn't like, just a shadow. It was like the leaves were actually crunching under their feet. And then that's when I told them about the guy that I saw whenever I looked over my head, or it was over my shoulder. But it was neither of our guys, and we were like the only ones camping there, and there was like no trace of anyone else coming to our campsite. So we saw like two figures at the same exact time that did not exist. Okay, and that was at Jacob's Cave. I'll be transparent about that, where it's at. And then probably one of the ones that doesn't necessarily have like a huge, well, it probably has the biggest backstory, but it was just like random things here and there. There used to be a shadow. I don't know if it was part of the area, part of my family. I don't know. But at my house that I've had, I moved out now, but this was a while ago. Yeah, my parents still live there. But at my house, I was like 6 or 7 at the time. So, kids' brains kind of go kind of crazy sometimes. But I'm like brushing my teeth, getting ready to go. I don't know where I was going. I think it was midday. I don't know. And I look up into my mirror, and in my mirror, I see this like black figure just kind of walk behind me. Like he just appeared and vanished, or appeared, then as quick as he appeared, he vanished after walking behind me. And I noticed it. I don't think I said anything really, because I'm like, okay, my brain's playing tricks with me or something. But it became like more rampant. Like I would turn on the light in my room and I would watch this black figure like soar up to the ceiling and fly across the ceiling. I think I saw it a couple times outside of my house too, like in the church across the street from my house. I looked up and it was, hovering over a clock and then vanished. But I kept seeing it, and I eventually like told my mom, and we banished it, and like physically got rid of it. I haven't seen it since. Um, and I kid you not, like I don't know if it was a day or a week or how long in between, but as soon as I got rid of it, there was a lady that used to live down our road that used to get her daughter off the bus at the same time I got off the bus. So our parent, or my mom, and this lady would always like kind of talk to each other. And this lady talks to my mom and she's like, you can call me crazy if you want, but I keep seeing this black shadowy figure like just around the house, just randomly. And my mom's like, no, I 100% believe you. We just banished it. And kind of told her what we did and whatever. So that's kind of about the extent of that kind of tangent. But I will say, being a kid, I questioned myself if I, actually saw something, or if it was just kind kind of, kid brain playing tricks. But whenever I brought it up to my mom again, she's like, you weren't the only one that saw that, which I knew the lady saw that. But apparently my brother saw it, like at different points in time. But my brother saw it. He got rid of it. My mom saw it, and she actually had a experience with this thing. I don't know what it is because you know how like whenever you like pass through, or hypothetically whenever you like see something like that and you pass through it and it's like normally colder. Um, she started at one end of the hallway, and this black figure thing, the same one that I was seeing, just at a different point in time, um, started at the other end of the hallway, whether it came out of my brother's room, whether it came out of the bedroom, which my brother's room is at the end of the hall. Somewhere in between there, it showed up and walked towards her as she's walking towards it. And she said whenever like they cross paths, um, the air was like stiflingly hot, like extremely hot for no reason, just randomly in this one patch where they pass, it's hot. So there was like something there that wasn't supposed to be there. Like that shadow was something. It wasn't just, a figment of imagination. It actually was something. We don't necessarily know what it was. We suspect it was like a demon, but it was hot as she walked through. Like it was different temperature. Like, and there's not really any proof of this because we would only see it ourselves. It's not like we could take a picture, or I was old enough to take a picture of it, because this was like 13 years ago. I had to do math real quick. But there was something unexplainable there. Some other kind of highlighted moments, I wouldn't even say they're really paranormal, but I'll throw them on the end of this video just because, whatever. These can be explained easily. At my new house, I was sitting here, kind of playing games. I forgot what I was playing at the time, but I knew no one was home. But as I'm kind of like listening through my headset, I could hear like there's, like the sound of like shuffling, like pant legs rubbing together. I heard that like right outside my door, and I thought someone was like walking down the hall. That is not terrifying at all. So thinking that someone was home, I went out and took a look because I could hear like the footsteps and then the, pants legs like rubbing together. But I went out to look, and there was no one home. No one was still home. I like double checked where they park and everything. Nothing. So that was something that can be easily explained. My ears could have been playing tricks on me so easily. I guarantee you that's what that was. And then there was one night that my girlfriend was over here, and we were just kind of chilling out in my room. And then at the window, I hear, let me see if I can actually recreate. It was like see if you guys can hear it. Like something like that. I don't know if you guys heard it, but like fingernails tapping on a window. And it was on the window that's behind my TV. I know you guys can't see it, but like thinking it was someone outside, we went to kind of check, and I did take a knife with me just in case, it was some booger or something. And I go out and look because I didn't realize how high my window was off the ground. And I go out and look, and if it was like someone out there tapping on my window, it had to be like 4 people stacked on top of each other, which I didn't realize my window was that high. Of course, a logical explanation to this one is, bugs, but they were very rhythmic bugs. Okay, I can chalk that one up to bugs. And my mirror, I thought, was kind of haunted for a little bit because I took a shower like midday one day because it was like really hot after I got off of work, and I was sweating at work all day, so I wanted to take a shower. And as I get out of the shower, apparently the sunlight creates a reflection on my mirror that I've never seen before. like any mirror. So it was like fogged up, but it was like starting to fade because I had the door open and it was cooling off. And as I like looked down to look at the YouTube video I had going because I had noise in the background, um, I noticed something in the mirror changed. And as I went from the fog portion to the not fog portion, the not fog portion looked absolutely fine. But whenever I looked myself in the eye on the mirror, my eyeballs were like, uh, from like the, I don't know how to explain it. Um, they were huge. My eyes were huge on in the mirror. It was like a big black hole where my eye was, but it was about like the entire size of my eye socket, like everything in the socket, or like the the indention for your eye. That's how big my eye was in the mirror. And I went and grabbed Seth, one of my friends that lives with me, and I'm like, "Do you see that in the mirror?" And he came in. And he's like, "What? My eyes being absolutely huge?" So that's just light reflecting, refracting, but everything else um, that I said previously before the kind of honorable mentions, this stuff did happen, whether you want to believe it or not. That's up to you. I'm not looking for a clout or anything. I have no reason to, say a fake story. Um, but those are like my experiences with like the paranormal world. And I mean, if you guys have suggestions on what that was or what it is or a logical explanation, I would like to hear it because I'm completely out of ideas. Sure, some of the stuff at like, Amico that could be explained, but the voice, I don't necessarily hear an explanation for. Like, the bottle's okay, that could be wind. The cart, a little sketchy, little skeptical of, breeze just randomly in a cooler. Yeah, there's fans in there, not that strong. Um, and yeah, the camping one couldn't explain, and the shadowy figure at my house I cannot explain. So I hope you guys did enjoy this kind of special Halloween episode. I wanted to do something spooky for you guys. Um, so I hope you guys did enjoy, and be sure to let me know down below if you've had any paranormal experiences. I like to hear them. I really do. All right. I will see you guys soon.